you very candidly says you shouldn't. And you said the board should be able to fire me if they want. And of course, then they did, and you quite adeptly orchestrated your return.
Actually, let me tell you something. The board did that. I was like, I think this is wild, super confused, super caught off guard, but this is the structure. And I immediately just went to go thinking about what I was going to do next. It was not until some board members called me the next morning that I even thought about really coming back. When they asked, like, you want to come back? You want to talk about that? But like, the board did have all of the power there. Now, you know what? I'm not going to say that next thing.
I think you should continue.
I would also just say that I think that there's a lot of narratives out there. It's like, oh, well, this was orchestrated by all these other forces. It's not accurate. I mean, it was the employees of OpenAI that wanted this and that thought that it was the right thing for Sam to be back.
I think I'll say is, I think it's important that I have an entity that can fire this, but that entity has got to have some accountability too. And that is a clear issue with what happened.
Right. Anna, you wrote a remarkable letter to employees during the saga, and one of the many reasons I was excited to have you on stage today was to just ask you, what were those 5 days like for you, and why did you step up and write that?
Anna can clearly answer this if she wants to, but is really what you want to spend our time on, the soap opera, rather than what AGI is going to do?
I mean, I'm wrapping it up, but
go ahead.
I think people are interested. Okay,
all right.
Well, we can leave it here.
If you want,
let's answer that question, and then we can move on.
I would just say, for color, that it happened the day before the entire company was supposed to take a week off. So we were all on Friday preparing to, have a restful week after an insane year. So then, many of us slept on the floor of the office for a week.
Right. There's a question here that I think is a really good one. We are at Davos. Climate change is on the agenda. The question is, well, I'm going to give it a different spin. Considering the compute costs and the need for chips, does the development of AI and the path to AGI threaten to take us in the opposite direction on the climate?
We do need way more energy in the world than I think we thought we needed before. My whole model of the world is that the two important currencies of the future are compute/intelligence and energy. The ideas that we want and the ability to make stuff happen, and the ability to run the compute. And I think we still don't appreciate the energy needs of this technology. The good news, to the degree there's good news, is there's no way to get there without a breakthrough. We need fusion, or we need radically cheaper solar plus storage or something at massive scale, a scale that no one is really planning for. It's totally fair to say that AI is going to need a lot of energy, but it will force us, I think, to invest more in the technologies that can deliver this, none of which are the ones that are burning the carbon. That'll be all those unbelievable number of fuel trucks.
And by the way, you back
all the private jets there.
One or more nuclear startups.
I personally think that is either the most likely or the second most likely approach to powering the world.
You feel like the world is more receptive to that technology? Now, certainly, historically, not in the US.
I think the world is still, unfortunately, pretty negative on fission, super positive on fusion. It's a much easier story. But I wish the world would embrace fission much more. I may be too optimistic about this, but I think we have paths now to a massive energy transition away from burning carbon. It'll take a while. Those cars are going to keep driving.